Here we have it, folks. After months and months of indecision, I finally bought it. The ROG Ally in 2024. I thought a lot before making this purchase, but an absolutely crazy deal came across my way and my gear acquisition syndrome kicked in and I had to buy it. I actually had a video talking about the ROG Ally and comparing it against thin and light gaming laptops with OLED displays and RTX 3050s. And back then I actually sided against the decision of buying the ROG Ally, which was around 70,000 Indian rupees or 700 pounds back then. And as you all know, I also bought an RTX 4060 gaming laptop that you see behind me, the Lenovo Lock, which I covered in detail on my channel. But trust me guys, even I did not anticipate this, but after buying the ROG Ally, it has become my favorite device to play games on. When it comes to gaming, yes, trust me, when it comes to gaming, 99% of the time I choose my Ally over the Lenovo Lock, and there are reasons to that. So in this video, I'll talk about what I think of the ROG Ally and how I use it in my daily life and how it has brought me back into playing games. But before all that, if you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm trying really hard to reach that 10,000 subscriber mark, so your support is invaluable to me. Also consider joining our Telegram community, link in the description. Engage in tech discussions and get alerted on the best tech deals the earliest. With that said guys, let's get right into it. So the ROG Ally. Why do I prefer this for playing games over my RTX 4060 gaming laptop? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's actually the accessibility advantage. Guys, you may not know this, but I am not actually a full-time YouTuber. Neither am I a student who has a lot of free time. I'm actually a full-time working professional working in one of the big 4 IT consulting companies, and I have an extremely stressful and busy schedule. 10-hour workdays is very common in my life. And after that, I also make videos, like I create content for 2 YouTube channels, this one and TechStation 365. Subscribe if you haven't already. I spend most of my day sitting at this desk in front of that monitor, with my personal laptop or my office laptop for my office work or my personal work or my side hustles. So after a stressful day at work, like, over 10-15 hours of work, including my office plus my personal and side hustles, I don't have the energy to clean up my desk, switch from my office laptop back to my personal laptop, boot it up, connect my peripherals, and then start gaming. I honestly don't have the energy, nor I do have the enthusiasm to sit at this workplace and start playing again. Working professionals watching this video will absolutely relate to the fatigue that I'm talking about. With my Ally, I can just pick it up, boot it up from hibernate mode, and log in with my fingerprint in one go, and I'm ready to game. Yes, there are some typical Windows/PC gaming shenanigans that occur from time to time, but that's the same with my gaming laptop as well. So every night before sleeping, I just take my Ally and have an hour to an hour and a half of gaming. Just a lot more convenient compared to my gaming laptop. The Ally is pretty lightweight, feels comfortable in my hands, and just gives me a cozy gaming experience. Not just gaming, but the Ally is an excellent device for casual entertainment like watching YouTube videos, listening to music, browsing the web, etc. Using the 10-watt silent mode and the excellent AMD Zen 4 Z1 Extreme processor, the Ally absolutely flies through the Windows 11 UI and feels buttery smooth due to the 120Hz touch-enabled display. The display quality itself is pretty good. Nearly 500 nits of brightness with 100% sRGB coverage. In fact, the speakers of my ROG Ally are way better than the speakers of my gaming laptop. It's a night and day difference. I don't use headphones most of the time, so the exceptional speaker quality of the ROG Ally, or at least I should say much better speaker quality of the ROG Ally compared to my gaming laptop, makes me prefer this over my gaming laptop 99% of the time when it comes to media consumption. The Ally actually functions as a very good tablet, which is only hindered by the Windows 11 UI, which is still not that well suited for touch input. Microsoft really needs to work on touch-friendly tablet UI now that these types of devices are getting popular, and also these Snapdragon X Elite SoCs are well suited for fantastic Windows tablets. So Microsoft should really make it a top priority to create a touch-friendly user interface. The Ally is also really powerful when it comes to CPU. 8 cores, 16 threads, 5.1 GHz single core boost. The Ally can be a beast for productivity tasks. When connected to a dock with an external monitor, mouse and keyboard, the Ally is good enough for a desktop replacement for most use cases. You can absolutely use it for entry to mid-level content creation using programs like Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Resolve, etc. Here is the Ally compared to some other gaming laptops when it comes to performance in Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Resolve. And you can see it is not bad. It is actually really close to most of these devices, most of these much bigger devices, and you're getting all this performance in a tiny form factor. I use Filmora to edit my videos and it works pretty well on the Ally. Yes, it's a bit cramped, but it's workable in a pinch. I actually edited this entire video on my ROG Ally while I was traveling on vacation. By the way, the Ally's Z1 Extreme 780M iGPU does have support for hardware accelerated AV1 encoding, which is fantastic for exporting video and excellent quality screen capture. Coming back to the topic of gaming, let me tell you what kind of games I actually play on the ROG Ally. See, to tell you the truth, the ROG Ally's 780M iGPU is a good iGPU, but at the end of the day, it is still a pretty small iGPU with only 12 compute units, and also it is heavily memory bandwidth starved. So it is not really that capable of playing the latest and greatest AAA titles at 1080p 60 FPS. That's just the truth. However, to be honest guys, apart from using those AAA titles for testing high-end gaming laptops and creating performance analysis videos, in real life I don't even play most of them. Most of the brand new AAA titles coming out right now, they either have performance issues or they are downright just not fun to play. So on the Ally, I mostly play older AAA titles, pre-2018 or so, and the Ally is absolutely excellent to play those titles. I'm currently playing the excellent BioShock Remastered trilogy right now, probably the GOAT FPS trilogy in my opinion. I rate it as high as the Half-Life series honestly. The first game, that is BioShock 1, is a definite masterpiece. I'm playing the remastered version and it looks and plays amazingly well on this 120Hz VRR IPS panel. I also just started playing Far Cry 4, which I have lost count as to how many times I've played the game. Once again, in my opinion, this is the peak of the Far Cry franchise. Some people say that it's too similar to Far Cry 3, but screw them. In my opinion, Far Cry 4 perfected the Far Cry 3 formula and made it better in every way possible. I mean, this game is over 10 years old and it looks drop dead gorgeous, and the combat is the best in the franchise. I am actually shocked at how well the ROG Ally runs this game, because I used to use this as a benchmark title whenever I got or came across a new system. Some other games that I'm also playing are NFS Heat and NFS Rivals. NFS Heat is one of the rare good modern NFS games post NFS Hot Pursuit, which was GOAT tier. I do enjoy playing Heat on the Ally, but the PC port of Heat is really terrible. I don't blame the Ally for inconsistent performance, it's more to do with the game itself. I mean, the Ally can play Forza Horizon 4 at 1080p, high settings, 60 FPS, buttery smooth all day, all night long. It not being able to play NFS Heat as well is just the game's fault. NFS Rivals, on the other hand, in my opinion, is severely underrated. Yeah, again, the PC port is not that great and capped to 30 FPS, but the gameplay is fantastic with probably the most brutal cops in any NFS game. The game was built on the Frostbite engine, and as a result, it still looks amazing over 10 years later. Now that's not to say that the ROG Ally cannot play modern AAA titles. It absolutely can at lower settings or at lower resolution. I am playing Ghost of Tsushima, and this is a game where fast inputs are not really that important, and I can get a great experience at 720p medium settings with FSR frame generation turned on. These types of hack and slash games are a perfect fit for the Ally. Oh, and did I say the ROG Ally's Z1 Extreme features AVX512 instruction set, which means great emulation experience. This thing can emulate Red Dead Redemption 1 with over 30 FPS at all times, which is how the Xbox 360 ran the game. Emulating RDR1 on a handheld is just unbelievable. Let me know if y'all want to see a dedicated gaming review of the ROG Ally. Finally, coming to battery life, which is the weakest point of the ROG Ally, I can only get like an hour and a half of gaming out of the ROG Ally at the 15-watt performance mode. However, the power adapter is just beside my bed and plugging it in is really not a concern. However, for casual media consumption, the ROG Ally will give you a decent battery life of around 7.5 hours, which is actually pretty good. So overall, I am really loving the ROG Ally. I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, this ROG Ally is better than most Android tablets or iPads or, high-end gaming mobile phones when it comes to gaming. Also, it's just a lot more practical and functional compared to most mobile tablets, whether it's Android tablets or iPads. I mean, this thing runs full Windows and has a lot of performance packed into it, and essentially it's a gaming PC at the palm of your hands. So I'm absolutely loving the ROG Ally. I mean, it brought me back into playing games, something which had completely disappeared from my life. So at or under 50,000 Indian rupees or 500 pounds, I can absolutely recommend the ROG Ally to most people, and especially to working folks like me. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know what you thought about the video and what you think about the ROG Ally. Do you have one, or are you planning to buy the upcoming ROG Ally X? Do let me know. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already and turn notifications. Also, join our Telegram community, link in the description, engage in tech discussions and get alerted on the best tech deals the earliest. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.